Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Roast Beef and Bagels.
Unbelievable.
Thank you for tuning in last week.
Yeah, we had a lot of views. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week. I mean, we took some time off. We're going to try not to do that anymore.
That was on me, most of it.
Nah, stuff happens sometimes, you know.
We're still going through it, but hopefully it'll be not much more.
Life gets in the way sometimes, but it is what it is.
All right, so I'm going to...
The big thing this week.
State of the Union.
State of the Union.
That's what we're going to title it to.
Sure.
I'm going to put a picture of him right there.
Sure.
So I know you got a lot to say because
I mean, I don't have
there's no way. I mean, I really have one thing to say. After that, I don't give a shit. Like you can't stand up after he says that American government politicians are supposed to be for Americans over illegals. You can't stomach up and clap for that. To me, there's nothing else to say.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing else to say.
You know, to be honest, I actually wasn't going to watch it. I was busy doing some stuff, and then, you know, I didn't catch the very beginning, but I mean, I caught enough of it. But I put it on at one point, and because I figured it's going to be the same thing like it is every year. You know, if there's a Democratic president, the Democrats all stand, most of the Republicans sit, and I figured now with Trump, all the Republicans are going to stand, and then you're going to have just the angry, you know, Democrats outburst and sitting. So I missed the part where that guy got thrown out again. Green.
Yeah, he had a sign. I don't know exactly what it
said. Black people are not apes or some shit like that.
Exactly.
Where did that come from, though?
He just wants attention.
Now, who is this guy? Is he
I forgot what he's
senator or House rep?
I think he's a congressman. And I forgot where he's from. I actually looked it up one time. I don't think that it's not area where
singer, right?
No. Well, I don't think his area is doing very well for the people, his constituents. So I wouldn't be worried about holding up a sign. I'd be worried about helping the people that votes him in so they can live a better life. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't get that part. I mean, I caught that on like the recap. I didn't see it, but
and your girl is
who is this?
Ilhan Omar.
She was angry,
yelling at Trump.
Murderer. Yeah, Rashid Tlaib or whatever her name is. Right.
And Newsmax just said that they have paperwork that she did marry her brother.
You know that's illegal, right? We had this conversation.
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up. I said I don't think it was illegal. He found some papers.
You can't have incest.
Put that right there. No incest. You can't do it.
You can't do it. It's definitely illegal, but I don't know if there's a statute of limitations on something like that.
There might be. It shouldn't be. First of all, there shouldn't be a statute of limitations on murder or sex crimes. That I don't control shit, but that's the way I feel. You don't know. You know, some people suppress their, situation or whatever.
I think on sex crime they do, absolutely. Murder you can't because you're not there. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just some of the stuff you hear both sides of the aisle about, being uniform and no division, but then you get the president of the United States. I don't care what party he's with. Up there, and then you see the division on both sides.
Well, in all fairness, like I didn't understand the right, dude. I'll be honest with you. Like I try to be as independent as possible. Just because someone's yelling out something, it is disrespectful. But you got to remember, Marjorie Taylor Greene was screaming at Biden too. So if you didn't have a problem with her doing it, then you can't have a problem with him doing it. I have a problem with anybody doing it. I think it's very disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like both sides.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do believe social media is a big part of the craziness we're living in. But I mean, I think when you see this government, which even if you don't say you respect it, I think subconsciously most Americans respect the government and the law and what we kind of live by. I think, you say you don't, but I think subconsciously you do. But when you see the top part of your country, so to speak, acting that way, what do you think it's going to trickle down and do, right? It's going to be even amongst us, right?
The snowballs getting thrown at cops in New York City, not assault 2 all of a sudden. Now it's a slap on the wrist and you had a harassment charge.
Oh, that's what they dropped it down to? Mm-hmm. I thought it was assault.
No. The liberal judge knocked it down to harassment.
Did they find the kids?
OGA. So
I know they
found the one 27-year-old guy.
27? Wasn't even kids?
No. Obviously, he's not working. He's been locked up a bunch of times for other things, so... liberal cities. What are you gonna do?
You know, and I understand, like, January 6th was on the Capitol grounds and stuff like that, but they locked up how many people
dude.
with video footage? Now, there's tons of video footage of this incident in the city, and they only got one guy.
Well, what's funny about the January 6th thing, I don't condone it, bro, but I'm a realist. That's the people's house. How are you getting trespassing on the house that's yours? That's the way I feel about government. It's not Nancy Pelosi's house.
It's really not the people's house. I think we know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You got to get ID to get in there, but not to vote. I mean, these things are crazy. Mandani with the shoveling thing this week. We want everybody to shovel, but you need 2 proofs of ID and a social security, but not to vote, but to shovel.
That was brought up in the State of the Union.
Yeah, I thought it was hysterical. Actually, dude, I think Mandani. I'm not giving him credit for his policies, but I'm giving him credit for his personality. Did you hear what happened yesterday?
No.
Some woman in Columbia University, ICE came in. Supposedly ICE lied. We don't know that. They went to go pick her up. Mandani was with the president. He heard, and the president and him talked, and she got released. He's playing it right, and he asked Trump to help him with building buildings, which is the smartest thing because that's what he does for a living. Federal government's giving New York a bunch of fucking money to build on Sunnyside train yards.
In Queens?
In Queens, yep.
It's funny because Trump mentioned New York in the State of the Union, and he said that Mandani's not a bad guy.
I just don't like his policies.
He said we talk almost every day.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I mean,
and Mandani's going to get hell for it eventually, dude.
I'm not a fan of his. It ain't going to sway me either way.
No,
Trump can endorse him. I'm not. I wouldn't vote for him.
Yeah, I don't like his policies. I think that he's a what's the word? Not a manipulator, but he's a good talker. He's a smooth talker. He knows exactly what to say.
He lied to get into office. Anything he said he was going to do,
he's not doing.
The complete opposite happened within the first couple of weeks. My favorite was the free MTA. It went up. It is within this, not even a week in the office, it went up.
He don't even control it. I don't understand how people don't understand how even government runs. They're voting for things that they don't even know how it runs.
Well,
horrible, though.
I don't know. But
dude, you ever see that guy online? I don't know his name. He's a young kid. He goes to Manhattan. I think
not Nick Shirley.
No, not him. So he walks over to people and he says, just random people. How many planets do we have? Or what continent are you on, dude? Anybody 30 and under they can't answer. They can't answer, dude. It's incredible. I forgot the guy's name, but he's great. He comes up on my reel all the time. He told this woman, he says, if you were born 10 years ago, how old will you be? So she said, well, I'm 30 now, so I'd be 20. No, if you were born 10 years ago, you'd be 10. She can't even fucking function, these kids. It's fucking crazy, dude. I can't remember his name. It's great.
Well, I
might send you a picture of him.
You see, I see those influencers. I mean, there's a lot of those that do that stuff, and they kind of catch these people off guard with. If you're not listening to the question, you're gonna mess up the answer.
Half of them are fucking stoned anyway. Fucking.
Definitely a different generation. But getting back to the State of the Union, I mean, I think there's a lot of stuff that he mentioned. I'll be honest with you, I'm not on top of everything that I didn't realize that he did and that's going on. But getting back to the division part, which I think is a big issue in our world today, I didn't like. The only thing that I saw them stand for is when he said, which I thought was odd, no more insider trading for government officials, right? Which I was surprised because there's the rumors of Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, and Mitchell, all of
them. Being involved. Oh, McConnell too?
Yeah.
It being involved with all of that. So I was very surprised to see the Democrats stand up for that.
The second one was, then he's not going to let big business buy, I'm just saying, 30,000 houses in an area. Like companies like BlackRock own but there's already stuff out, and it's all bullshit. You got to free to. There's a company coming out saying that that's not true because big companies only own 1 or 2% of the entire housing market in the United States. It might be true, but if you go by state, it's probably much greater in individual states than it is
probably
nationwide. Because no one's buying anything in fucking Alaska, bro.
Yeah, I was not even Alaska. I was gonna say probably Middle America, Wyoming and the Dakotas and stuff like that. You probably don't have many of those. You probably have it in the big cities, most of it.
I would also take it a step further, saying I don't think that foreign governments should own a certain amount of houses.
The Chinese bought the farms. That I think.
Bill Gates as well, but he's a citizen, so you can't say mine. But he's a corporation. People understand. All these people
What,
are
he's got
corporations.
Microsoft got his hand in all that stuff.
Him himself, he's a corporation. Meaning Bill Gates.
He incorporated himself.
Yeah, because he has too much money. Otherwise, he won't pay he'll pay too much in taxes. Just like people don't realize, all these liberals like Beyonce, all these fucking people, they say, "Oh, you pay your fair share." Beyonce's not paying no fucking taxes. She's corporation. She's Beyonce Corp. All of them, everything. De Niro Corp. They're not paying shit. So they don't give a fuck about you paying taxes. They're not paying nothing because they have the money to corporate themselves. Me and you don't have it. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know, but to me, like the heartbreaking things that little girl that got hit by the truck driver, and the guy was an illegal immigrant, and then he banned any kind of CDL licensing. First of all,
no more Spanish.
I didn't know. Yeah, and you have to understand basic English. I didn't know that you can get your driver's license if you were not a citizen of the U.S.
Only in certain states, and unfortunately, New York's one of them. It's like New York.
So Chicago. If you have a driver's license, isn't that considered a valid form of ID?
Right, and in certain states, when you have a valid ID, you can vote.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you have a valid form of ID, right? And I had no idea that you can drive. Yeah. You may know how to drive, but I didn't know that you were going to be considered a licensed driver if you're not here legally.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because I thought a state issued ID was a form of legitimate ID for U.S. citizens, right?
Because that's why they switched to this smart ID now, because of illegals. There were too many states issuing illegals IDs, official driver's licenses. So the federal government came up and said, listen, we got to change shit. We want to know if you're a citizen when we pull up. And that's why, I mean, I didn't do it. I don't know if you switched over.
I did. I got the real ID, the main one.
That's another tax. I'm not doing it.
I did it. Because you can't travel.
I have a passport.
I got a passport too.
I don't worry about it.
I got everything.
But it's always to protect the illegals. I don't get it, dude. It's crazy.
So this guy, anyway, he's driving a big wheeler, right?
It's a trailer.
A big one.
Like Junebug.
And I first of all, the way it was described, I thought they were going to say the girl. I didn't know the story.
Yeah.
She was there, and they didn't get up. This little girl almost lost her life. Oh. They didn't get up, and then she. Not that I'm labeling it. The family looked Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
So that would fit the liberal narrative. Oh, it's like a darker complexion Hispanic that Trump supposedly hates. So this little girl got hit by the truck, was there with her parents, had no clue, and she survived. And they all the odds were against her, and they don't get up. This little girl survived.
Protect the illegals at all costs for the left, but they're losing. They're losing big time. Have you seen a lot of these? I watch Chicago news sometimes, bro. I mean, because I got the box now.
Crazy.
Dude, they're losing the Afro-American vote. They're losing it. They're like, we voted 50, 60 years, and we're still in the same spot. They're picking illegals over us. I mean, they're getting very educated in the political background. I'm telling you right now, it's good. They might win in the midterms because that's what always happens. You know, it's not something new. The team that's in charge always loses it in the midterms. But I think in the big picture, dude, they're going to lose a lot more. And the more illegals that leave and the more they figure out how they can't vote, dude, I doubt they'll even keep certain states.
You think we're going to lose the House or the Senate?
We're going to lose the Senate. We won't lose. We'll lose the House. Senate, we won't lose. No.
I don't know.
And I don't have a problem with it. I mean, that's what government's about. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps the playing field fair, I guess, if you will. But
we can't have people that are anti-American representing American citizens in Congress.
This is what I don't understand.
We might not see eye to eye. That's fine. But we should always have the American citizens' interest over anybody, dude. Look, I don't agree. Like, I don't know the foreign policy like everybody else. So I don't necessarily agree.
You probably know better than AOC.
Oh yeah. But they bombed Iran. I don't even really know why. I don't care. Iran hates us.
Nuclear. They had a nuclear
thing.
Yeah.
No, they did it again last night.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, they did it last night, and the left is in an uproar, and and it was actually a joint thing. It was us and Israel. Mostly. That's your.
It's the water system.
Oh my god. It sounded like a printer. I was like, what are you printing?
Paying big bucks for that.
Nice. You don't fucking play. So I don't know if I agree with everything, but he tries to put Americans first as much as he can. You might not agree with what he does, but everything he does, I feel, is for an American citizen. I don't think he does it for anybody else but us. You might not agree. Dude, no tax on tips. How do you not stand for that? No tax on fucking
Overtime.
Social Security and overtime.
And Social
I mean,
Security.
how do you not stand for
that the Social Security alone for the seniors?
Oh,
that's so funny. They say that
dude.
He's taken all that away. He's taken away their Medicaid, Medicare. I always mix those up. He announced that that's what he's protecting, trying to get no taxes on. Dude, what was the other thing I think you told me? If you pay your mortgage outright.
Yeah, he's trying to say you don't pay no more property tax after you pay.
After you pay. Dude, and I had no idea because I'm up for a new vehicle. You can write off your loan because I buy my cars. I don't lease them. If you buy an American car, which is all I buy, not for any other reason, I prefer the look and the shape, not because it's foreign. I like American cars overall better. Everyone I've seen to own has been American so far. I do love BMW. It's my favorite overall car, but I just can't afford it.
I buy American all the time. I bought
you got the Nissan this time.
But the Nissan is built in Texas.
So this is my third GMC in a row. I mean, I like. Well, anyway,
we're getting off.
But I didn't know because I'm due for a new car. I'm like,
I think I told you when it first happened. This is probably like maybe 20 shows, 30 shows ago. But I said to you, I wasn't really sure if
that was in the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, I don't know if it takes it as a deduction at the end or is actually no tax at the place. I mean,
so you write. I think you write off your loan,
not your interest or your loan.
I'm not sure, but it just has to be American. I know it has to be an American-made car, a new one.
Right.
And I was like, holy smokes. And then the other thing, I looked it up. I didn't realize he had that account for kids, but you have to be a kid.
Yeah.
I went on
$1,000 he gives you.
Yeah. And
you could contribute, meaning the parents can contribute. It's like a Roth IRA investment. That's incredible. So the market goes up, kids making money.
No applause from the Democrats.
No, can't. Because it's good for the American citizens. If he would have said he was going to do it for the illegals, they would clap.
I don't get it.
I absolutely do. And dude, so just I feel this way about the right too. It's not just the left. So I'm just gonna say I'm arguing with some guy online constantly. He keeps showing me shit about not JN, that's somebody else. He's talking about, he keeps sending me things about Epstein. So I said, all right, could you explain to me? Could we talk about policies for a change? You don't want to talk about policy, only Epstein. I don't know if you know you don't keep up like I do, but do you hear Bill Clinton yesterday was testifying?
No. I didn't realize apparently
Hillary too the night before.
Yeah, but who's the girl with the glasses? Bob Barrett, the short, the black hair. She leaked the photo that everybody's up in arms with.
Yeah, but she should be put in jail if she leaked the photo.
They
have to prove it.
Aren't they televising this?
They're not. It's in their home upstate, so it's not being televised.
The deposition's not being televised.
No, it's being typed, but it's not being. But my point is, this is good. You're gonna appreciate this. So Bill basically said he had nothing to do with that. That's fine. That's typical Bill Clinton stuff. They asked him about Trump, and he said Trump never had anything to do with Epstein and any of his crimes.
This is what he said in his deposition.
Yeah. Well, I'm summarizing because I wasn't there.
Right.
But that's basically what it is. Trump had nothing to do with this. He had no crimes, no issues. I've never seen Trump do anything with Epstein. And as soon as he found out Epstein he's the one who went to the FBI about it.
He reported him.
So if the Bill Clinton interview doesn't shut down these liberals, they're just fucking shot, dude. They're just fucking
they are shot because listen, what the View, Whoopi's in there, Joy Bearhard's in there, right? I think it's funny that they're in there, right? Because before they're yelling that Trump's in there, but now that they're in there, they're like, just because you're on the list doesn't mean you did anything.
Meanwhile, it was okay when it was him.
Right. So the typical double standard, and what do you call it? Hypocrisy.
I hate it.
The hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy on everything.
Of the left, right? With that stuff. Look, they try to get him arrested. They try to assassinate him twice. If he was in this, Barack Obama, when the investigation first started on his reign, right? Barack Obama would have released it the day Trump was coming down the escalator to announce his presidency in 2016. It wasn't announced. Trump did not release any files during his first term. Let's be honest, right?
No one was really going in too hard.
Well, either way, truth be told, he didn't do nothing, right? He probably had an opportunity. Maybe he saw it. Maybe he didn't. We don't know. It was never a hot topic like it is. Fast forward, now Biden's in office, okay? Biden's running. He's doing whatever. He's doing his thing in the office. Now we're getting close to re-election. Who throws their hat in the ring again? Trump. First, let's get him arrested. Doesn't work. Let's try to kill him. Doesn't work. Now, if he's in the Epstein files under the Biden administration, which Biden was not running, and I hope anyone out there doesn't think he was, all his handlers and the Obamas and the Clintons and all of them that were in there said, okay, Trump's going against. We gave our Democratic Party no right to vote on it. We forced them that this is your candidate, Kamala. So you mean to tell me they would not have released something if Trump did something?
And did you hear Harris's answer? They just asked her about it maybe a couple of weeks ago. She goes, well, unlike the current administration, we allowed the DOJ to work separate from the White House. That was her answer. That's why they didn't release the Epstein files.
It's all lies. It's all a pack of lies.
It's all lies.
They know Trump had nothing to do with Epstein. It was quite the opposite. He's probably the whistleblower, so to speak, because he called the FBI and said, hey, check this guy out. There's something going on with him. Did you see the 13-year-old thing? That he, to Trump. Did you read it? No, I just saw the comment that he supposedly raped a 13-year-old.
So in the Epstein files, it came out. There was a thing of someone, whatever. The person was not credible. The person was found by the court to not be sane. They didn't read 2 pages more. They only read the first page, which said the accusation, but the investigation was 2 or 3 more pages, and they didn't read that and they didn't post it. So it looks like he did something. Yeah, I say to people all the time, even when it's accused of the left or right, I never come to any conclusions because you don't know until the investigation's over.
Just because somebody said something that isn't the evidence that somebody's guilty, right? I could say, oh, he punched me in the head last night. He punched me in the eye. There's no evidence that he did it, but
it's my word against his.
Because I said it doesn't mean that he's guilty of it.
But
right?
the thing that I don't understand, I know you don't keep up with all this stuff, but Biden's daughter. I don't know if you know. Biden's daughter came out.
I didn't know he had a daughter.
Yeah, he wrote a book. She wrote a book a while ago
about when they used to shower.
She was like 17, and he was showering naked with his fucking daughter.
So I do know that. I know that one.
So
I didn't know that was his daughter, but okay.
So there's a bunch of other things. So there was a Secret Service agent that came out. It was one of the first female Secret Service agents when he was vice president for Obama. That's how long. It's like women were just starting to get into the Secret Service, and when she was around, he would swim as his exercise nude to make her feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying to you? And everybody says, oh, it's not true. These are people's accounts of who they are. It was their book. That's their thing. They're not lying. He didn't even come out and deny it when the fucking book, when it came out. Now, Biden's daughter, I guess because he was running for president, she had to come out and say, well, when I was a kid, I'm not too sure if I remembered correctly, and kind of was trying to correct her book to try to help him. But the right didn't even come out and talk about the book, So it's hypocrisy. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, if you don't like 13-year-olds getting fucked around with the left, and then you care with the right, it's not the way it works, bro.
Listen, if Trump or anybody's guilty, I always say the victims are the ones that are getting lost here. Everybody's worrying about name smearing. If Trump did something, lock his ass up and throw away the key.
And that goes for everybody.
Right? If you got proof that he did it, if he did it, if Bill Clinton did it, if what's his name, Prince Harry, what's his name? Whatever.
What's funny is Prince Harry didn't get arrested for Epstein, really. Did you see the charges?
No.
So I thought he was getting arrested for like some sexual, I don't know the rules out there, but I don't say sexual assault. I'm just using that because it's here, right? Sexual assault. He got arrested for improper conduct as a royal. I don't really know what that consists.
If he did it, well, he didn't do it here. It's international waters, because Epstein Island.
And dude, I'm a conspiracy theorist. This is a far fetch, but I just want to say this. I know we're going to wrap up, but so there's a guy online, dude. I should have sent it to you. So Maxine what's her name?
Goswell?
The one from the Epstein.
Yeah, Max. Whatever.
So she got interviewed like 2 weeks ago.
Didn't look like her.
It didn't look like her, but I got one better. Some guy was walking in Canada, and dude, like a random blogger, like he was just like blogging, whatever. And he turns around and he goes, Maxine. So a woman, dude, looks exactly like her, but blonde hair. She goes, oh no, I'm not Maxine. And he's like, you're Maxine. So she goes, no. She goes, I'm Canadian. You gotta look it up, dude. Take the picture, you'll find it quick. The freakiest part is, say it wasn't Maxine, right? She was walking with a guy that looked just like Maxine's brother. So what the fuck is the coincidence?
Who's Maxine's brother?
No, just a random guy, but Maxine, the girl's brother. But dude, it's crazy. Now, I know AI is out there. Like, I'm not saying, it could be AI 100%. But if you look at the fucking picture, and I'm sure we can get that one, of Maxine getting interviewed.
Like a side by side.
And then Maxine, and dude, get three. Maxine getting interviewed, Maxine in Canada, and then the real Maxine from 20 years ago.
What about Maxine's brother? I'll look it up too.
Dude, I think I might have sent it to you because I was. Oh no, I can't. It was on TikTok. Oh, by the way, I am doing so good on TikTok for us. It's incredible. He won't do it.
Follow him on TikTok.
Dude, follow me on TikTok. Roast Beef and Bagels. Dude, it is great. I love it, dude. I love it. I'm not in charge of any of this. He does this. I don't know. But on TikTok, it shows you how many viewers up and all this stuff. I love that. Dude.
I don't like
it. You don't like because it's China.
I don't like it because I think it pushes the wrong propaganda for children. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, we got to look it up. But so I don't even know what we talking about. Maxine Gaelic.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm sure that you just Google it.
I'm gonna look it up.
And she didn't look like herself.
I did see the other thing when they were supposedly interviewing her in prison. It didn't look like her there.
And to be honest with you, they're gonna blame Trump for this. But I'm sure that happened, the switch, before Trump got in office.
What? No, but wasn't she arrested while Trump was in office? Yeah.
No, on the Biden, no?
No, I think she was in...
Hold on. Let me look. I'm going to Google that right now.
I think she was in... yeah.
When did Maxine Gale from Epstein files get arrested?
Let me see.
Of course my phone
It's thinking about it.
July 2020. So that was under Trump and Biden. Sentenced for 20 years.
She got sentenced for 20 years?
Yeah.
2020 is not Trump.
Yeah, 2020.
Oh, no.
2020 was his first
term. Yeah, 2016.
2016 to 2020.
So
and then he had the whole Biden. The switch was made on the Biden. It wasn't made on the Trump, dude. Let me see. Hold on.
I'm going to look at it.
Hold on, let me see.
You're going to look up
Maxine from Epstein files seen in Canada.
Holy smoke. Do images.
So it says, look, viral fake. No bullshit, bro.
Do images.
This was the girl that he's seen. This is her. Dude.
It's close. You gotta go over here.
You see it?
It says fake. It says fake.
Bullshit. They know they're fucking not fake. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Dude, you get nuts with this conspiracy.
I am a conspiracy. I do think it's AI, so they could change,
I think AI is dangerous. I think it's gonna get a lot of people in trouble.
So AI just changes people's, like me and you right now, if someone wanted to dub us and use our voices, we could say something like whatever, and that's it.
They could take this recording.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Why Maxine? Say, look. What? Come on, dude. That's incredible. You don't think that's...
It does look like her. But listen, everybody's got a double out there somewhere.
Not us.
No. If they do, it's fake. You got to get nuts with that.
I hate it.
So I just want to say back to the State of the Union, I'm very disappointed when both sides do this to each other, but I'm more disappointed when it comes to the little girl, then the Ukrainian girl that got murdered in North Carolina. Yeah. I forgot her name.
The one on the train.
Right? The one on the train where the guy
just came and killed her.
Just no reason, just got up, killed her. I didn't like the fact that, what's her name? Erica Kirk was there. They spoke about Charlie Kirk and again. And then they did stand when he said that they have to stop political violence on both sides.
They had to stand for that.
Because that's them. Imagine if they didn't stand.
Forget it.
I mean, that would have made no sense.
I think they're losing a lot.
So
Dude, CNN is down to like a 0.6 in
Oh, and their
dude.
ratings. Yeah.
So
Well,
did you see though? Hold on, this is completely off topic.
you got it.
CNN is getting bought out by one of Trump's friends, bro. Unbelievable, dude.
But I wouldn't change CNN's platform because you need that balance to me in the media.
I think they should have 1-on-1. Meaning if they're doing a newscast, right? You should be a liberal. I should be a conservative.
Like the guy that they got. I forgot his name.
Ooh,
on the CNN.
Oh yeah, the guy who does they hate him.
They hate him. So they have I don't know who these people are, but that girl is the host, and they have
He's good with numbers and charts. He's really good.
They have all liberals, Democrats, except him. Is Scott Jennings?
Scott Jennings. But I wasn't even talking about him. But yes, that's a different show. I'm talking about another show.
Oh well, I like that show where it's the one woman in charge. I'll put the information in. One woman in charge, and Scott Jennings, I think.
That woman's a lunatic.
But she's very calm.
She's very calm because she knows she controls the show. She controls the narrative. She's
very.
Do you watch The Five?
With Greg Gutfeld?
So I watch
The
Five.
He gets nuts, though.
So I like The Five. I mean, I hate to say this, but so they have three conservatives, which I don't like because that's too many. Actually, it's not. So they have 2 conservatives, 2 libertarians, and a liberal. They should make it fair. They should give the two liberals, 2 conservatives, and 1 libertarian. That's what I think. But I like even the conservatives at times don't necessarily agree with each other, which I like.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but this is my point. The liberals, no matter what, they don't disagree. They don't give a fuck. They just this, and this. Conservative minds, free thinker minds say,
you gotta be free thinker.
You're gonna say, oh, you know what, dude? I didn't see it that way. I think that's okay. Or you say, listen, I disagree. I mean, we don't always agree with things, whatever. Like I hate taxes.
I don't mind.
Yeah, and if it's done right, hates protests. I don't mind protests, but you can't stop people from going to work.
Dude, I hate protests.
Do you say it doesn't do that? And now they're paying for it. We know they're paying for the people.
Now we can get a job. We can get a job.
I would do it.
A protester. And in New York, you could be a shoveler for $30 an hour.
You have to bring ID.
You need 5 forms of ID. Which is fantastic.
Dude, you know what we should do? We should go to the protest and wear roast beef and bagel shirts.
Oh,
so we'll protest. God. We hate, and then people will look, and then we'll get liberal fucking people watching.
They would hate us.
They'll turn us off quick. Dude.
But see that now it brings up something interesting.
Oh my gosh,
it's funny because our policies are more conservative and Republican. This was considered a Republican or conservative podcast or show, right?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, he's a Democrat, and I'm a registered independent. I just happen to like more right stuff. Policy.
Me too. I think
I don't mind welfare. Look, I'm not afraid to say it. I mean, I don't know. When I was a kid, remember that young, we were on welfare. I have no problem saying it. It was used back then to get on your feet. Now it's like a fucking family heirloom. They pass you down on how to fucking keep it. That's not the way it was supposed to be.
It gives people no ambition or drive to do anything. No. But
I told you the bear story, right?
The bear?
The bear story?
Like a bear? Raw.
Oh, yeah. So when I had bought a place in Pennsylvania in 2014, they have like a local newspaper just for the area. It was Milford, and they had this story about the bears, and it's perfect for the welfare. That's what I'm saying to you. So the bears
are perfect for welfare.
You'll understand when I say it, right? You'll understand. So I'm reading this article, and the article says that the local government decided, because there wasn't a lot of food for the bears, that they were going to have these places in the woods where they want to just put food for the bears. They were going to do it themselves. About 20 generations later, the bears no longer can hunt. They lost the ability to hunt.
The bears?
Yeah, because...
they just became dependent on the food.
Same thing, the welfare system. You lose the ambition to hunt, to strive, to become better if you get to stay home and get everything you need.
I get it.
You understand how it relates to welfare and bears now? But I love that article. I actually kept it. I don't know where it is, but I kept the article.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah. I mean, they just explain it, and they were saying like the bears were going also into like more of a city area,
residential areas,
like because they couldn't find food. So they were trying to do a good thing, right?
To keep the bears confined.
Yeah, and so that's the problem with government. Probably on both sides, really, but more on the left, but probably both. They don't understand the consequence of the ecosystem or the economy when they make something happen. You want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Good. So I'm sure you're going to fix that good thing, where you're going to affect 10 or 15 other things. The fact that Mandani's saying, okay, we're going to give you free, we'll just say the free buses, right? So say he gets it done. He can't because the governor's in charge, but say he gets it done. It's going to affect the city workers that work for MTA. They're not going to be getting the raises because there's no money coming in.
No money.
It's going to affect their pensions because they're not going to, because there's no money coming in. And it's going to affect us because
taxpayers,
we're going to pay for
we're going to have to
through
pay
the taxes.
Of course.
So when you hear free, try to, no one takes economics anymore. That's really the problem. And what they don't understand too, I didn't know this, I just found this out. Trump actually has an economics degree. That's how he understands how the system works. That's what he did.
But he's a businessman.
He's a businessman. So remember, when anybody, left or right, if you hear or see some policy that you like, please look like how that's going to affect. Like the wind turbines, bro. Those are great. They generate a lot. They don't last long. The maintenance is incredible, and they don't biodegrade for fucking 300 years. So what are you really doing fixing the environment? You're not really fixing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but whatever.
I didn't do my research on those. I actually invested in that because
you made out good.
No, I dabble in the stocks a little bit, and I used to do it myself online. And I got in on an IPO on wind turbines, and I thought it was fantastic. And I didn't spend a lot of money, a few thousand, and I invested in it. I got killed. I ended up selling it for like a couple of hundred because it was going down to zero. I mean, I kept it for a little bit to hopefully bounce back. Because I figured if you get in on an IPO, because I actually got in on a couple of IPOs. I got in on like MasterCard became public or Visa, one of them.
You did well.
Oh my God, I did well. I got in on Facebook IPO.
See, I didn't. I was too young.
So
I didn't know about that shit.
When I got in, and that's when the big thing happened. When I got in, it was like the first day, and
skyrocket, right?
And then it fucking went down. And then there was all kinds of troubles and legalities with it. And then it went right back up because they figured it was going to be like Google. Because when Google first came in, it was like $20 a share. But now,
like fucking
$500-$600 a share. It's whatever, some crazy high number. But Google was the same way. But now Google's, I mean, I consolidated, so I got rid of Facebook and all that stuff eventually. But I made on Facebook. The most I made on was MasterCard. I made a ton on MasterCard. So I consolidated on all that stuff. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how to, if you don't work and you day trade, I can understand. We segued. I can understand you making like money, but you got to read. You got to be on top. You got to, like what he just said, you got to understand. When I got in these, I always look for IPOs. Really not much research, but I said, with the wind turbines, I was like, this is going to be the way of the future. Right? Yeah. It's, this is what they're pushing, this whole green initiative. I'm getting in on this, right? And I read about it a little bit. I didn't know about the maintenance. I didn't know about once these things stop working, what are you going to do with them? It's just a huge, you ever pass by a wind turbine field?
When you're in Texas, believe it or not, Texas has the most
Holy
wind turbines.
Smokes. Yeah, it just rows and rows and rows of them. And you just see these big fans spinning.
And they make a lot of energy, bro. But did you see?
It's like you said. Who's climbing up there? Number 7. The bolts are loose.
Yeah, not doing that.
That one's not spinning. Can you go see what's wrong with the fuses?
I mean, so I seen Elon once speak. I'm pretty sure he was on Rogan. I don't know. You've probably seen it. I probably sent it to you. He was saying that if the government truly wanted affordable energy for the American citizens, they would take a place. I'm just using Iowa. I don't know what state he said, but someplace with a lot of fields. And they would build solar panels or whatever, and it could probably do the whole region, meaning you put up 100 miles worth of solar panels, and you could probably fill the whole Midwest with that energy if you wanted. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to do it.
Well, speaking about solar panels, I think Elon should come up with for Tesla because he has electric car.
So he tried
the whole roof should just be a solar panel.
He tried it. He has one.
Didn't work.
It didn't work. I seen him talk about it on Rogan too. It didn't work. No. He's not stopping. Right, he's not stopping experimenting on it, but
I'll never get an electric car for the simple fact my electric bill would be about $5,000 a month.
Oh, dude, and what's funny is they're saying that the electric price is up because of Trump. They're only up in blue cities where they fucking raised the blue initiative.
He spoke about that in the State of the Union. He's trying to get that down.
You got to take away the green bill that Biden signed, but to do that, you have to have Congress behind you. And right now, he's worried about voter ID, and let him focus on that. Because he's going to lose in the midterms. He is. We're going to lose the House.
You think so?
Yeah, we're going to lose the House in the midterm. 100%. Happens every time.
But we got to get out and vote.
And
maybe we won't.
Well, in New York, we're fucking done. We're fried. Well, it doesn't matter. And they're taking away the last stronghold, Staten Island now. They're redistricting.
No.
Yeah. Nicole Malakatakis. I met her a few times. Very nice woman.
They're doing that redistribution thing like they did in Texas.
Yeah, Bella's mom, her cousin's husband is a big time with the young Republicans out in Bay Ridge, and he used to invite us to these functions. It was cool, dude. It was really nice. Like I met Marty Goldman. I met Michelle Malakatakis. I think there was another guy. I forgot his name. But the Bay Ridge area, Staten Island area, great people, nice people. And now they're saying that this is the thing that I don't get, right? They're saying that her district is unfair to minorities, right? The whole fucking city votes Democrat. The whole fucking city. There's only one.
Bay Ridge would vote a lot of Democrats.
Yeah.
Right? So like hipsters out there and stuff.
There's only one Republican area still in the whole entire 5 boroughs. And they're taking that.
Staten Island's Long Island is all Republican. Staten Island's the only borough.
I'm not going to say anything because Texas is doing it, but actually, Texas is new to this. The liberal city's been doing this for 30 years. The media is not telling you that. But what I will say to you is,
they'll get another seat in New York.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, I actually think though, and I don't know how we would do this, but I think the Supreme Court should sit down and cut up the map, and that's what it stays.
So so they do it by people per square foot, or
how
does it work?
So dude, I don't even have a pen, but all right. So we'll just say this is the map, right? Now you would think
it's a nice.
So say we cut the map in 2, right? The 4, right?
Yeah.
You would think that this is the district, this, and actually they just cut up in 4, but it's not, dude. AOC's district is like from the Bronx, and it cuts through some of the Bronx, goes up, and then comes back down around into Queens. Like they map it out almost. Unfortunately, I think it's racist. They map it out
by neighborhood. That's racist.
Yeah, it should be just a square footage, whatever. I don't know.
That
8 miles
sense.
by 8 miles, that's one district. 8 miles by 8 miles, that's. Why are you making curve? You're doing that because you're trying to keep as many left or right in your district. That's all you're doing.
Do they curve it because of the shape of the state?
No, for the shape of the constituents. Dude, you got to look it up. Just look up the word gerrymandering. 100 things will come up. It's crazy, dude. You wouldn't believe it. Dude, if you look at California itself, just like New York, the whole upstate is red. The whole fucking... Dude, Northern California and Eastern California is all red. But the way they district them, so they only have just a little red in this one district. You know what I'm saying to you? So this is all blue. This is a red district. They don't take the whole red district. They take a partial part of the red district because they know the blue's going to outdo the red. And they do that all the way up to the north. And then that way there's no representatives from red and at all. Dude, there's none in the state. There's not one Republican state
in California.
Not one. Same thing in New Hampshire. Not New Hampshire. What was the state? Oh man, I can't remember. There's only one. Oh, Connecticut. There's only one Republican in Connecticut.
That's not good.
The way they cut it up, dude. And I think that they should just say by state, right? Whatever. So
should be square miles.
How many miles do you think in New York State? Probably 400 or 500. I mean, from the city to Canada,
it's a lot.
A lot. So let's just say 500. You have 12 districts. You evenly divide the 12 districts into perfect squares all the way down, but they won't do it because the Democrats will never win an election again. They'll never win one. They'll never win an election. Has nothing to do with conservatism. Most people don't want illegal immigrants. Most people don't want drugs in their fucking house. Most people don't want women in guys in women's. That's just normal shit. This is not policy. This is not.
It's normal day-to-day living.
Day-to-day. That's it. So they have to do it in order to win. They have to. There's no choice.
I think most people want to get up,
go to work, come home, see your family,
earn some money,
kiss your kids,
see your family, and then have a good time with the money you earned. That's I mean, a simple way of living. American dream, get the house and all that other stuff too, if you can afford it based on your job. But I think most people want to do that. I know I do. I want to get up and I work hard. And then I want to reward myself, my family with the money I've earned from working hard and go out and have a good time.
Fucking
eat, absolutely.
Dude, I wish we were doing it live because I was going to say roast beef is going to be on 28th Street and 10th Avenue at the Whiskey Festival today. But I can't do it because we're not live.
We're not. And then by the time this comes up, the Whiskey Festival is going to be over.
But I might do, Beef on the Scene?
Beef on the Scene.
I might have to do a Beef on the Scene.
I don't get involved on Beef on the Scene. That's his spin-off show. That's
I
fine.
send it to him to like edit.
It doesn't matter. I just put it up.
You just put something on it. He does the one when I'm like this. That's what he puts up.
That's got to be the introduction.
Oh, dude, I gotta send it to you today. I'm gonna take pictures.
All right. So on that note, we want to thank everybody from tuning in. We hope to see everybody again next week.
Ciao.
Ciao. Let's see if this works today.
Nah.